Hi, welcome to the Webb Report. I'm Stuart Webb. I just wanted to talk about California a little bit and Gavin Newsom. And I feel like I can talk about that because I lived in California for almost 30 years, born and raised, love that state. But it's been destroyed. And here's one of the reasons why it's been destroyed, and this kind of thing, not just saying this reason alone, but there's a million different reasons. So this headline is from 7-8 months ago. Despite some progress, state's high-speed rail is $100 billion short and many years from a reality. So the high-speed rail, if you're not from California and you don't understand what the high-speed rail is, I remember voting for. I didn't vote for it, but I mean I remember it was up for a vote on whether for California's taxpayers to spend money on a high-speed rail to invest in this high-speed rail project, which is supposed to take people from San Francisco all the way through the valley, center of California, down to LA in like 3 hours. Okay, so that was up for a vote in, I believe, it was either 2008 or 2009. I think it was 2009. It's like a special, one of those special ballots or something. But I remember this, because I had just turned 18 or 19 and just out of high school. And I was also working for, I was doing some work for some political entities, canvassing and trying to get people to vote for certain candidates. So I was familiar with the project. So I no longer live in California. This is one of the reasons why, this kind of thing. I'm 35 years old. That was when we voted on that. I was not even 20, I don't think. So 15 years. It's been 15 years since we voted on this thing. And the amount of taxpayer dollars that have been wasted into this project that is not even going to be useful. It's not going to help the people, the taxpayers of California. It really isn't. And in order for them to do this, this high-speed rail project, they had to use eminent domain, which is the government essentially forcing a citizen to sell their land to the government, so the government would have room to build this thing. Here's the even more interesting part and sad part, and really it infuriates me. It makes me cringe. They haven't even gotten close to building this project, the high-speed rail. And reports are saying that it's going to be another $100 billion. They've already spent billions of dollars on this thing, taxpayer money, and it's going to take another like $100 billion for them to finish it. Okay, and there's no end. Like, they don't have an end date. They don't have a timeline. This is what happens when you allow the government to do a project like this, when really all it is a transfer of wealth to special interests. So I don't know all the specifics. I haven't done enough research, but I've seen enough articles on certain family members of California senators and lawmakers and leaders, getting the bids to the construction bids to build this thing, and it's just like, wow, this is just a transfer of wealth that, we voted on it 15 years ago, and then, maybe by the time I die, they'll have it done. But luckily, I don't live in California anymore. But this is one of the reasons why I had to get out of California. They're just the blatant disrespect of taxpayers' money, and also just the blatant disrespect of our natural rights. So all of them just go down the line. Okay, California is one of the top on the list. They don't care about your gun rights, your natural rights to defense, self-defense, your property rights, including money. The money, the income you earn with your labor of your own hands. That's just a couple. I mean, the free speech. Come on. I mean, California and New York, these heavily progressive states, they don't care about your natural rights. They care about the agenda and the means to an they care about the means to an end. They don't care what it takes. They just care about the end goal, right? And if the means to getting somewhere, to doing something, to accomplishing something, if the means are improper, if they're immoral, if they're wrong, then the ends do not matter. If you're trying to save someone's life, but you're required to kill another innocent person, for example, well, that the means are immoral, the means are wrong. So it doesn't really matter if you save the other person's life because the means were immoral, or situations like that. So, but progressives, honestly, just people that are in leadership in California, lawmakers, there's many of them not good people, and that kind of goes for all the legislatures around the United States, but particularly California. It's very people that do not care about using the improper means to accomplish what they want. And what they want to accomplish, it's actually not even good for society. That's the important part. They say that it is, but it's not even that. Like, even if it was accomplished, it's not good for society, what they want to do. The means are improper, and also the ends are improper. So this is a reason why I'm not in California anymore, and I pray for all the people that still live there, that all my friends and family that are there. But it is truly disgusting, and so I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Also, we have Mr. Newsom over here. Gavin Newsom. He just declared a state of emergency to enhance the state's response to avian flu, the H5N1 or whatever virus, commonly known as the bird flu. So, California, Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, has no problem declaring states of emergency, and I'm sure he'll lock down the state while he goes and does everything he wants to do with no restrictions. So it's just he's an authoritarian, and it's so obvious. I mean, yeah, he's a skilled politician, but I mean, just listen to the guy, look at the guy, not a good dude. Okay, so there's kind of just my thoughts on California. Again, I am a Californian. I'm a California boy. I love Cali, love the beach, love the mountains when they're not burning. That's a whole nother thing too. Our forests being mismanaged completely. I was involved too a little bit with trying to go get the forest clean, get the petition our government to get the forests cleaned up, and they just don't care. They don't want to clean the forests up because forest fires allow them to centralize control and power over the population. So they don't care that it destroys the environment and destroys people's lives, livelihood. They don't care. It's a means to an end for them. And again, if the means are improper, it doesn't matter what the end goal is. If the end goal is righteous, it doesn't matter if you have to commit a bunch of crimes against natural rights and natural law. If you have to violate those things to get to your so-called righteous end, the end does not matter. Okay? It doesn't. Anyway, those are my thoughts for now. Stuart Webb signing off. This is the Webb Report.